recap of the round three of matches. We're going to go in order. We're going to kind of pump some of these out quick. The ones that were, you know, didn't, were kind of just didn't really matter. And then the ones that did matter, we'll go a little more in depth. But these matches started on the 24th. The first match we have was Bosnia versus Qatar. Bosnia winning that match 3-1. Essentially, that gave them enough of a goal differential to put them through, which was a really big moment for them. I think them leaving the group with 4 points, that was a really big win. And I was shocked that they made it through, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that was one of the games that I think if Qatar won as well. Qatar would have made it through as
Yep.
well, if I'm
They were both on
correct
one
on that.
point.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
1 point. But I'm not surprised that Bosnia won. To be fair, I think Bosnia was the better team in the overall tournament than Qatar.
hmm
But I was kind of surprised that both of these teams going into the last game had a
had a chance.
chance to go into that knockout stage, obviously getting that third place result. But like we
100%.
said before, four points was always more than likely was going to get you through.
I was just shocked that either of those teams were going to get to 4 points. I
Mm.
think because Canada was unimpressive, really, right? They only finished on 4 points themselves. I think before the World Cup, a lot of people had Canada probably winning two matches, which would have meant that both of those teams wouldn't have had a shot. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, interestingly, the way it works out for Bosnia, and then they're going to play the U.S. in the round of 32 in the first match, and we're going to dive into that shortly. The next match we have was Switzerland versus Canada. This was for the top of that group. Switzerland came away with that one 2-1. Switzerland, I thought, played pretty strongly against Canada. I also think that Canada just maybe had a lot of overhype in them. I just don't think they played particularly well this tournament so far. I mean, they're going to make it through. They'll play South Africa, like we said this afternoon, which I think they'll have a pretty good shot to beat. South Africa, I don't think is the strongest of teams, but I wasn't overly impressed with Canada whatsoever this tournament, minus that huge win against Qatar. And I think Switzerland just kind of handled business. I think we all expected them to be at the top of the group, though. Or I think you might have had Canada. I expected Switzerland to be up there.
I had Switzerland as well on top, and I figured it would come down to that last game that they played. But
Mm,
to be fair, I feel like both teams didn't impress me throughout the group as well. I know
no.
Switzerland obviously won the group, but Canada was a little shocking. Obviously, they had that first game that they tied last minute goal by Sile Lauren. And then the second game I really don't count because they played Qatar. Qatar got two red cards. I believe it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah, we're down to like
35
nine.
minutes 35 minutes in. They're playing 11v9 for 75 minutes, and I think they ended up winning 6-0. Like what you expected in that last game. I don't think they looked really convincing against Switzerland. I know Switzerland did score those two goals in like a span of 5 minutes, but when I look at that like Canada team, like nobody impresses me that much,
Yeah.
especially to put the ball in the back of the net. Besides probably Jonathan David, who had that hat trick during Qatar, and Sile Lauren, like I said before. But besides those two, I don't know. I think they have a little trouble attacking wise.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. And that's why I wasn't high on them. I don't think they have many playmakers. But I tell you what, I really honestly, I kind of at this point want Switzerland to just lose. You know why? Because that captain needs to
Wow.
rest. That captain at Switzerland needs to rest. He needs to get his butt over to London, get himself nice and ready to play at Stamford Bridge because Granit Xhaka is coming to Chelsea. I know we're gonna. I'm sorry, we got to cover Chelsea, but that was fucking huge for me at least. I think that is for all you listeners out there. Granit Xhaka is going to Chelsea. He plays for Switzerland. Him coming to Chelsea is going to be huge. I think he's going to be that veteran piece that we were missing. And you saw what he just did with Sunderland. Chelsea, these players are better than the players at Sunderland. He's going to be able to be that missing piece, and he has that relationship with Xabi Alonso. So
Xabi Alonso, yeah.
it's going to be great. I'm so excited. So there's our Chelsea talk at least for now. The next matchup we have is Morocco versus Haiti. Don't have to cover this one too in depth. I mean, Haiti put up a bit of a fight. They scored two, but Morocco ended up winning 4-2, and that put them at the top of their group. I don't think any. Oh, I'm sorry. That put them in second in their group. They finished second in their group. I apologize. But I mean, no surprises that they beat Haiti for me at least.
Yeah, I'm just surprised they allowed 2 goals up against Haiti. 'Cause that game went 1-1, then
Yeah,
2-2, then
then two
Morocco
two.
took off. But then
Yeah, I
yeah,
was watching it
nothing
live.
surprising here.
Yeah, I was watching it live. It was cool to see Haiti score those 2 goals, but yeah, nothing too surprising. That night we also had Brazil versus Scotland, and this was the match that just basically put Scotland out of the World Cup. Brazil 3, Scotland nil. Now Scotland finished on 3 points, which would not have alone have gotten them there, but they gave up basically not two own goals, but two blunders that led to goals.
Yes,
Just turning the ball over to like Vinny in like right next to the keeper, and he finished like essentially twice. So made
twice.
it
Yeah,
3-0,
I
put
think.
Brazil at the top of the
Yeah,
table, and that put Scotland, yeah, 3 points, -3 goal differential out of the World Cup.
Scotland was like in a weird position because they knew like they had to think about a tie would have got them in, a win would have got them in when the game was 1-0, and I think they scored in the what
Sixth or
minute
seventh minute.
it is right here. Very early. And then when you get scored on, Vinny, when you get scored early, you have to like your game plan
Mhm.
because they could have lost maybe 1-0 or 2-1, and they probably still could have got in because of that goal difference. When you give up that early goal, you have to think about how you're going to play, and I think that really affected Scotland. But I think
Yeah.
Scotland is full disappointing. I know same time I didn't expect them to 0, and I forget the score when they played Morocco on top of my head right now as well. But and they beat Haiti 1-0 in the beginning, first game. So
Yeah.
this tournament.
I think they've been super disappointing. I think nobody showed up offensively for them at all. Scott McTominay, nobody showed up. They only had one goal the whole tournament, and that's just not going to do it. I think they've tried to play way too conservative,
I guess Haiti.
and it it, it just did not work out well for them. The next match that we did have that day was Czech versus Mexico. Again, not really a match I think we should all be too surprised about. I will say this: I am surprised that Mexico finished top of their group. Well, not that they finished top of the group. I'm sorry, that they finished with 9 points and that they finished 6-0 in. So they finished, you know, winning all their matches to nil, which I think is super impressive. I'm not surprised that they beat
I don't
Czechia,
think
but
Mexico's looked great this entire tournament, to be honest. And I know they did top the group, and I don't think they got scored on at all, actually, now that we look at it, which
no, they
is
went 6-0.
which is shocking to me. But a lot of their goals they've scored have been like mistakes by the goalkeeper. They've got in behind the back line, just basically kind of going 1v1 against group and win all 3 games and shutouts. It's definitely impressive. But there's someone who, to me, is going to be interesting in the knockouts and see if they can handle it. And obviously, I know they're going to have that home field advantage in Mexico City for the next 2 games if they make it that far. But
Yeah,
we will
no,
see.
absolutely. The next match that we have, South Africa, South Korea. This was shocking to me because this would have basically decided if South Korea went through, and they lost. South Africa won this match 1-0, so South Africa will advance in the second spot there, and this match knocked South Korea right out. So they didn't have any draws. They had one win and two losses, finishing on 3 points and -1 goal differential. They do not make it through. So that was really shocking to me. I did not foresee, not gonna lie, I did not foresee South Africa beating South Korea. I'm not gonna lie about this. That was shocking to me, and that was huge.
Everybody Africa, and they played well, but I just think it was that game was very frustrating. for South Korea here.
No, for sure. The next match that we have is Curacao versus the Ivory Coast. Again, a match I don't think there were too many surprises with, I guess. I mean, Curaçao's played like shit this whole World Cup, so I wasn't surprised. It is really cool to see Ivory Coast make it through. This win does assure that they get through in that second spot, finishing on 6 points. Good for them. That's the first time they've ever made it out of the group stages, so awesome to see that Ivory Coast was able to do that, but I was not surprised. Curacao was less than impressive. 1 goal for, 9 against this tournament. So, yeah, not too shocked there.
No, me neither. I was actually surprised to see Nicolas Pepe score 2 goals, which was
Yeah,
a shock to me. Didn't even know he still played like that anymore.
yeah. This guy Diamande, he could be something. You hear that Liverpool's looking at putting 100 million on
God, Liverpool, you go spend 100 million on him.
him?
You can take it.
Ecuador played Germany too. Ecuador finished 2, Germany 1. I guess not. I mean, that was big for Ecuador because that ended up putting them through. Um, I think they're a little bit lucky. I don't think Germany started their A team out there. Um,
No, they did.
oh, did they?
Yeah, they started their A team and then they took basically a lot of them out in the second
Out.
half.
Right. Yeah. Um, I mean, still shocking that they lost. I don't think it bodes well for them. They play or Paraguay next in the round of 32, but they're going to advance obviously top of well, not obviously. I mean, they finished at the same points as Ivory Coast, just much higher goal differential with 10, 4 and 4 against. But yeah, I didn't love the way Germany played. I don't think it bodes well for them. Hopefully, I'm not looking too much into that.
No, yeah, I think again when I don't think Germany had much to play for here, and Ecuador was basically fighting for their lives, understanding that a
Right.
win here, only a win here would get them into the World Cup. And I think Ecuador actually played really well this game.
You know,
And
I do too. I mean, especially if, yeah, because Germany is, I don't know, Germany is Germany. And Ecuador got that goal rather late. But they were pressuring Germany a lot in that second half. I remember them being really on the front foot in that second half, and Germany just, I felt like that goal was always going to come for Ecuador. I didn't feel the same for Germany, which, again, I don't know. I don't feel great about for Germany at least. Um, then we had Japan versus Sweden. This game ended up as a draw. Big draw needed for both squads because that allows both of them to get through. I'm just
yes,
scrolling through. Yep. So, yeah, Japan will finish second in the group on 5 points. Sweden will finish third in the group on 4 points. Um, Sweden needed that draw because that made sure that they got in 3 points on a 0 goal differential. Probably wouldn't have done it for them. Um, but they'll make it through. Not very impressively. Let's just say that most of their goals came against Tunisia.
yeah,
So, I mean, just not really overly impressive showing for Sweden. They won their first match 5-1, then they lost 5-1, and then a 1-1 draw. Um, and then Japan, I don't know, you're higher on them than I am.
yeah. Again, I think it goes back to like the game plan. Like you, when you know you need a tie, you don't have to play as much attacking football. You can kind of sit more back. And if I don't know if you got to watch this game, like both teams didn't look like they wanted to go fully at it,
Right.
just because they knew what was on the stage for them.
They were beating the
But
shit out of Jokeris all match, though.
yeah, they were. He was getting pissed. He kept yelling at. He's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck off, ref! They keep grabbing me."
Yeah.
Uh,
I can't. I actually, and that brings me to the refing point. I'm sure we'll talk about more refing later, but I mean, just there's got to be more. Are they just not pulling cards out of their pockets anymore? I mean, there could have been like five
like I said, I feel like the first game that there was 3 red cards. I think that like
that fucked everything up.
something happened with the FIFA
Hmm.
refing association. They probably had something and said this is probably not the way we want to start off a tournament because there was 1 or 2 questionable red cards obviously in that first game, and I think that set the tone for the tournament
I agree.
in a bad way.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's changed the way this tournament honestly has been officiated the entire time. I think the refs are way, I don't mind it when it's 50-50, but there are some like, yo, you got to give a yellow card there. This game's going to get out of hand. And some of these matches have gotten a little out of hand when it comes to physicality. Um, Not like overly out of hand, but yeah, I mean, when you got guys like jumping on each other, I've been watching, I mean, England yesterday, I know they're great theater actors, but like people were getting like kicked in the shins and stuff, kicked in the
Yeah.
caps. I'm like, that's got to be some sort of card. That's got to be something, right? Like, something has to be done about that. But anywho, the next match we can go through this one real quick because Tunisia. I mean, they should never be allowed back at the World Cup. They lost 3-1 in the Netherlands. Tunisia finished the World Cup with 0 points, 2 goals for, 12 goals against. I have nothing more to say about this match unless you do. All I have to say is Tunisia is it should be banned. Like that what a fucking disgrace.
All I remember is just watching. I don't think I was watching this game because I think Japan Sweden game was at the same time as this one.
Yeah.
But they showed the goal of the Tunisia scoring, and they showed the coach's reaction because obviously they have the intern coach there because they fired their coach. The coach literally just sat there with his legs crossed, didn't smile, had no look, and just had no emotion to it. He's like, "Yeah, we suck. Just get us out of here."
Yeah, like what a joke. I cannot, yeah, no. Fine. Whatever. Bye, Tunisia. Netherlands make it through. Then we had Paraguay, Australia, 0-0 draw. Bit shocked by this one, not gonna lie. This this is wild. This is wild. Australia and Paraguay make it out of Group D with this result. Fucking
Again,
nuts.
it's the same thing. Both teams knew what they needed,
Yeah.
and
What a
again,
boring
I
match
still
too. Nil
continue to.
nil.
Yeah, fair zero. To be fair, Australia did have 5 shots on target, but knowing how Paraguay got out of there, because usually, obviously, the first game they opened up against USA and lost like 4-1. You look at it, oh, not
I
starting
can't
off,
believe they made it out.
not starting off great, and then obviously they got that huge result against Turkey,
Yeah.
laying a man down for about 50 minutes, which probably gave them higher hopes than normal,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that got the result against Australia.
I'm incredibly shocked they made it through. And then I'm incredibly shocked. I mean, the US lost this one 3-2, the last match of Thursday against Turkey. Um, didn't really matter. The US didn't play their starters, but I'm so shocked that Turkey didn't make it through. They finished with 3 points. US finished top of the group with 6 points. They'll play Bosnia in the next round. But US, I mean, I think Turkey got that goal late, but I think they look pretty good with their secondary, unit out there for the most part. And I do agree with Big Mauricio, right? Pochettino when he was going off against the American media, essentially being like, "Yo, we finished top of the group. Why aren't you congratulating me? Why are you asking
Yes,
why we did what we did?" Well, they did what they did, so nobody got fucking hurt. What he did was
exactly.
incredibly smart. Match meant nothing. He knew it. So why would you play your like he was smart in that aspect.
And that game got physical too. And like the first
Yeah.
half, I thought we were gonna see some injuries, and that's another game that probably should have been more cards than there was as
Hmm.
well. But like you said, it didn't mean anything. It was more of looking at the depth of the United States, which again I really think they did a great job. They held Turkey 2-2. I did think Turkey looked really good this game. Obviously, uh, the younger players out there and everything like them, they were much better as a team. And again, they didn't have anything to play for, but at the end of the day, they probably wanted to leave the World Cup with getting 3 points.
Hmm. I agree.
And
Yeah. And they
again,
celebrated that last goal like it was like
I know,
and
but
that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Get on your fucking plane. Go home. Like, go fuck yourselves. Like, how embarrassing, bro. I would be ashamed of myself.
if it was a smaller country, I'd completely understand.
Right, but
Like a Cape a Verde or
they were
Dongo,
supposed to
yeah,
make it through. You're not supposed to be going home right
home,
now.
yes,
You were supposed to make it through over Paraguay and Australia.
yes.
You have a player on fucking Real Madrid in your starting lineup. Like you were supposed to make it through. Get fucked. You're supposed to have 9 points, actually, according to me. Anyway. Oh, and we have Friday. Friday had a lot of matches. A lot of matches. Started with Norway versus France. I mean, this is
What is Norway doing?
fucking stupid.
I don't agree
Stupid
with
shit.
anything they're doing. You have a chance to win the group, and not play as tough as an opponent, and you're not playing your entire starting lineup. We all wanted Holland versus Mbappe.
It was
Everyone
fucking
wanted
stupid.
that,
It was
but
fucking
it just
stupid.
doesn't make sense. And I know there was that interview with Holland. He was just like,
Those are pep
"Oh,
tactics. Those are pep tactics.
yeah," but he's like, "Oh, we're not going to beat France anyway. They're probably going to win the World Cup." But at the same time, it's like if you didn't need this game, I'd understand it. But you needed this game to get first, and I think they just took the low way out.
Yeah, I don't agree. I mean, you got what like 4-1. That's not good. It
Dembele
just
looked
did.
really good.
Yeah, if anything, you just gave France like almost like a warm-up match, almost like a training
Yes,
match for them to just be like, "Oh, we can like pad our stats, we can like feel better about ourselves." Okay. And that's what they did. I mean, they ran all over them. I mean, I know Norway had their one goal. I feel like they did have a couple other chances. If Holland was there, I think that match would have been totally different because Strand
agree.
Larson did have opportunities
He was
during
bad.
hold up play. Yeah, he was just shit. He was just shit. He had his penalty save too, right?
Yeah, it was an awful PK. Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking right there. That could have been a goal. I know he had a few balls he headed over the bar. So, if Holland's there. I think that match is totally different. But yeah, I don't understand what Norway did. I understand what Holland's doing. That's right out of Pep's book, where it's the question is, you know, about your team versus another. He's just going to go talk about the other team. They're great. They're great. They're great. Put it all on them, right? And
yes.
I do like that approach, right? I don't like the talking up your own team. Like, yeah, sure, you guys are great. Whatever, you guys are going to win, and then just go do your own business. Obviously, you don't mean it. It's a way to get out of the question without like making yourself sound like a cocky asshole. You know what I mean? That's like really the
No,
only
yeah.
way out of that question. And it's something Pep's done his entire career. But yeah, no, I mean 4-1. France looks great, and that's a match for me. I think that puts me on the France bandwagon. I think that confirms it. I think they're going to win the World Cup.
This guy went. This guy went from France is going to combust to France is going to win the World Cup.
Well, you know why they're not going to combust is because Mbappe didn't score the hat trick. Dembele scored the hat
Yeah,
trick.
and
It's
they all
because
look.
other people are playing and producing. If it was just Kylian Mbappe, I would have an issue. But he had 2 assists to
I was about
Dembele.
to say he had 2 assists and he was linking up a lot.
Yep. So that's why that's the difference right there. If it was a Kylian Mbappe hat trick, I'd be like, okay, I'm still in the same boat. But Kylian can fucking pull his hamstring, and they can still get a hat trick from
That's
Dembele.
Dembele,
They
yeah.
don't even need him.
No,
So
that's fair. Yeah,
that's where I stand on that. Then we had Senegal, Iraq. This will help Senegal get through on goal differential because they scored so many fucking goals. They won 5-0.
early red card really
Early
set them
red
up. Yeah,
card, and Senegal knew what they needed to do, ends up getting them through. And yeah, I'm shocked that they made it through. And they got an easy draw, in my opinion. They got Belgium in that first round, July 1st. I favor them over Belgium. I think they can beat Belgium. But any thoughts on you on that match? I mean, I'm not surprised they beat Iraq. I'm just surprised that they beat them by 5-0. 5-0 is a lot. That's a lot of
I
goals.
don't think they would have beat them 5-0 if that red card didn't happen in the 13th minute.
Hmm.
That's an early red card, and Iraq wasn't the greatest this tournament.
Right.
Am I surprised they still put five in the back of the net, playing up a man? Kind of, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm not shocked as well with some of the players they have on their team. Like Pepe Gueye scored what? He had a hat trick. No, he had 2 goals. You had
None
Sar.
from Nico Jackson, though.
Yeah,
Damn
you had
shame.
Sar one in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So they have the talent to
They
score.
have a good team. They have a good squad. They just had a really tough draw. They had Norway and
Yes,
France. I
and they'll
I
take
always
getting out of
thought
that group.
I always thought they had a chance to get out of that group. I always thought that was a really tough group, but they had a good squad. I
Yes,
mean, they look, and if you look at how they finished up, I'm high on them right now. 8-6, 8 goals, 4-6 against, and you look against Belgium. Belgium were only 6-2. So, and Belgium played Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
much easier group. Yes,
Exactly. I think Senegal's the favorite there, but we'll get in that in a little bit. This was an awesome match for me because of who ended up advancing due to it. You got Cape Verde, you got Saudi Arabia. Cape Verde fucking advances. Incredible.
that's
That's
great.
all
It's
it took
crazy.
out of that group,
Great
man.
for them.
3 points, 3 draws, 2 goals for, 2 goals against. Good fucking for them, man. I love that. Oh,
No, yeah, I really have nothing to say for him. Just like it's a huge like supportive country who came into this tournament. Definitely didn't expect to get out of that group, and they got out of that group, and then they're going to the knockout stage and probably going to lose first round because I think they're lined up with Argentina. If I'm
they
correct,
are lined up with Argentina.
lined up with Argentina. But now, good for the players, good for the country of them making it out.
Argentina might have 60 shots, knowing the way that, like, just total shots, knowing the Cape Verde plays. They just set up with 10 behind the ball, and they're just like total defensive. But yeah, absolutely good for them. Awesome story. Um, hell yeah, Cape Verde. And then this was awesome for me because this team ended up pissing me off more and more as this fucking tournament went on. Spain won, Uruguay nil. Uruguay bounced out of the tournament, only finishing with 2 points. Spain finishing top of the group, 5 goals for, none against. Uruguay, shame on you. Bielsa, shame on you for berating that poor girl, that poor young reporter, yelling at her because she couldn't get the microphone connected fast enough, whatever it was. Totally go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That's not how you treat other people, especially when you're the reason your team shit itself out of the World Cup. That man should be ashamed of himself. Uruguay should be ashamed of themselves for the way they performed this World Cup as well.
No, yeah, I thought Uruguay in total this tournament was
Shameful.
just
Shameful.
awful. Darwin Nunez was nowhere to be found.
Those
Val
fucking braids in his hair. The fuck you doing, jackass?
Uruguay hate is so strong right now. But Valverde as well was awful. I don't know if
Pitiful.
you I
Another
don't know
Real Madrid fucking bum.
I don't know if you saw him get subbed off at like the 60th minute against Spain. He was pissed.
Bielsa
But
doesn't deserve to be a coach ever again. Like that should seal, that should be it. Like that's it.
no, yeah, I agree. And then also thing about me here too is even though Spain won, Spain didn't look very convincing in this game. As
Nope.
bad as Uruguay has been this entire tournament, Spain did not
One
look
nil
good.
against them. It's not that good.
Did not look good in my opinion. They had their full lineup. It's not like they were sitting anybody because the game mattered. But this game got a little ugly, like the last 10 minutes, if you were able to see it. I
Oh,
forget
shocker. A Uruguay game got ugly. Weird.
I forget what was the player's name on top of my head. Uh Augustin Canabio, whatever it was. He was, I don't know if you got to see the two tackles. The one tackle was a yellow, then he got cleats studs up on the next one. Then he was going at the ref. He was touching the ref like multiple times, and the ref just let it happen.
It's not shocking. I mean, that team is it's always done stuff like that, right?
I
You
know.
had Luis Suarez as your captain biting people's ears.
But
Like, I don't know. Not
they
yeah.
they probably the most disappointing team out of every team in the World Cup, I would say.
Yep. 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 And it all stems from Bielsa being a fucking jackass. So I mean, fuck yourself. Like, how are you going to take it out on the reporter, man? Fuck you. Accountability. Anyway, Egypt Iran was the next match that we had. 1-1 draw. This will get Egypt through on 5 points. Iran so close. They ended up drawing all three of their matches, finishing with a even goal differential, 3 points, and they just unfortunately miss out due to that goal differential. Senegal made it through over them. So really tough break there as far as goal differential and making it through go. But I'm not. I guess I'm not shocked. Egypt made it through. Group G wasn't the strongest group, but Egypt will make it through, and they will play Australia in the
Yeah.
first match.
Egypt got lucky as well because Iran did score in the 95th minute. I don't know if you got to see that replay.
Yeah, it got
They
called
called off
back,
called offsides because the goalkeeper
and
was ahead of
everyone.
ahead of the
Yeah,
last
everyone.
defender.
Yeah, people forgot the rules of soccer and how things work.
But this
Football.
game hurt the U.S. because we needed Egypt to win. Then we could have played Egypt or the winner of it was like Egypt and South Korea at the last time it came out. But Iran got this point, and then obviously going into the next game, New Zealand versus Belgium. Belgium took care of what they had to do and got a majority of their goals in the second half to have them win that group because of
Yeah,
goal differential.
Iran. I mean, definitely had a chance. They also had a missed penalty in the 11th minute.
Yes, yes.
There were 7 yellow cards in that match. Holy shit. It's a lot of fucking yellows. Damn. All right. Then we had anything else on that match? No. Awesome.
Nah, that was it.
New Zealand won, Belgium five. Again, not surprised Belgium won in this result, but am surprised a bit at the score line. This does put them top of their group, which honestly I think they would have liked to finish second because second place team gets to play Australia. Belgium has to play Senegal. I think Australia is the easier opponent there, but
Senegal, yeah.
I think Belgium's going to struggle against Senegal in the next match. But at least in this match they didn't, and you saw a goal out of Kevin De Bruyne. Always good to see him score.
Do you think teams
And
go
Lukaku.
into and
Two for
Lukaku?
Trossard as well. That's such an old fucking team, man. Trossard, De Bruyne, Lukaku are four of the five goal scorers on your team. Holy hell.
Do you think teams or coaches know going into like the last game, understand second place maybe better than first place? Or do you
Yes.
think it's all they do you think like they go and think about it, hey,
Mm, no, actually, no. I, uh, I don't know.
it'd be tough to judge, right?
I think it's, yeah, I think it's tough to judge because I think in that case you'd have a lot of, you might be talking about tanking a game and stuff like that. I don't think
Yeah.
there's teams out there that do that. Or I want to hope that there's not.
Not
I
yes.
understand what you're saying. It would make total sense, but I don't know. I don't think so. Cool. Yesterday, another huge slate of matches. We had six. Croatia two, Ghana one. As far as things go here, it ended up. Where's Croatia? Where's Ghana? Where's Croatia? Where's Ghana? Holy heck. Yep. So this ends up putting Croatia second in their group on 6 points. Ghana still will make it through on 4 points. So no harm, no foul for them. Ghana will play Colombia next, and Croatia will play Portugal next. Have fun there. Um, but yeah, I'm a little surprised here that Croatia ended up beating Ghana. To be honest, I thought Ghana. I like the way Ghana plays, so I thought they were going to give Croatia some more problems. But shout out Croatia, they needed that win to make it through.
Yeah. Nothing crazy to me. It felt like Ghana was just gonna kind of sit back as
Yeah,
well, make sure the goal differential didn't get crazy here. And obviously they got that big tying goal in the 73rd minute and conceded in the 83rd minute. But again, the 1-2-1 loss was enough to get them through.
yeah, yeah. I agree. England to Panama nil. Holy shit! The first half of this match. I mean, England finishes top of the group, 6-4-2 against Panama. Another team I don't think should ever be allowed back. 0-3, no goals for, four against. But oh my God, England in the first half, they're fucked, man. If anybody didn't know, Reece James, he's going to be out for essentially the rest of the World Cup. They don't have any right backs. Tuchel refuses to call up any sort of left or right back for whatever godforsaken reason. I think it's because he's banging Trent Alexander-Arnold's ex-girlfriend. But England looked horrific in the first half. Second half looked much different. Again, not sure what Tommy T told them in the locker room. Maybe it was get your head out of your fucking arses, but they definitely came out to play in the second half. Jude Bellingham had a really nice goal on a corner. He was totally being held. I think England were just being manhandled all game by Panama. Another match I think there should have been more cards or more fouls for. I know that England does play a lot of theatrics on the field, but there were times they were just getting like stepped on. But again, Bellingham, great goal. And then he linked up with Harry Kane later on to make it 2-0. Again, a match that Panama played a low block, and England had a very tough time breaking it down. And I think if it's a better team than Panama, then it's probably not a win for England. It's probably a draw like they pulled against Ghana. I don't think they played exceptionally well. I think Harry Kane had a lot of missed chances. He was one on one with the keeper at one point, kind of shot it right at him. Don't love to see it. But I did think Marcus Rashford looked really good down the left side. I think Rashford looked really good. He looked really energetic. And I could see him going to Chelsea and I'd be happy about it. But
Chelsea always brought up.
Chelsea always brought up. But yeah, England will play the DR Congo next match. Um, and Panama will go home. But Justin, anything off that match?
No, yeah, you kind of said it. I know I was texting you through this game. It was just England was just very boring in the first half, and then second half kind of woke up. And I said this last podcast too. Without Harry Kane, and to be honest, Jude Bellingham has probably been your other best player for England
Hmm.
so far. And I think he's got 2 goals and like 2 assists for you guys. But
Hmm.
without them two, it just nothing's producing going forward.
Notice what position Bellingham played yesterday?
The cam,
Nope. Box to box midfielder.
that where is that?
Morgan Rogers played the cam, and he played better in the box to box midfield role. I should be a fucking coach, dude. Oh man. All right. Here's the next one. Colombia nil, Portugal nil. A lot. So let's get through this part first. Colombia ends up finishing top of the group. That's big for them. They'll play Ghana first, and then Portugal finish second. They'll play Croatia. Colombia makes it through top of the group, 7 points, 4 goals, 4-1 against. Portugal 6-4, 1 against, 5 points in total. Portugal had their chances, missed them, and at the end of the match, VAR controversy. Justin, I'd like to get your thoughts. I got Santiago texting me all morning about it already. He was live at the match, but essentially a goal for Colombia that was ruled offside, went to VAR, still ruled offside, but just
I don't.
wasn't
Oh,
offside.
it's
He
tough.
appears to be onside from even like I don't know what happened here.
It's
What are your
it's
thoughts?
it's tough to argue on that call, and because like when you see the replay, it looked like he was like 4 or 5 steps behind the last defender, and then when they show the replay, it's his literally by a quarter of a cleat, his like big toe or something. He's off sides, which you kind of think, where the hell did this line? Where's this line being made?
Right.
But I guess they have the better angle above. I don't like when you watch the replay. It looks like one of those that should have been cleared in 10 seconds, and then VAR comes out of nowhere with, I guess he was offsides. But at the end of the day, if that was a goal that Colombia needed, I'd understand the frustration. But it was a goal that didn't mean anything. They were winning the group. They were winning the group anyway. But I guess as Colombian fans, or just as a soccer fan, your team winning and tying is definitely a big difference. And I guess maybe especially beating a high powerhouse of Portugal, who we don't know if they actually are.
I don't
But
know anymore.
yeah, it was a good game. I thought the first half was a little bit boring, but the second half really started to open up. And like you said, both teams had chances. And to be honest, I thought Colombia was the better team here as well. I thought they had more dangerous chances. They missed a couple, I don't want to say sitters, couple crosses on the 12-yard box and things like that. But no, Colombia played really well. And Portugal, I definitely have
I
some
have
concerns
concerns.
going to the knockouts. And they have a brutal path to go far. So we'll see about them.
Do you think they got to keep playing Ronaldo or what? What do you
I don't
think?
think Ronaldo's been the issue. I really don't. I think it's been the whole team.
Fair, fair. I don't think anybody's performing. That's fair
I would
enough.
I, I would say if Ronaldo was missing all these chances and things like that, I would I would understand the point.
Joao
But it's
Felix
not
played like shit last night too.
Joe Felix. He had like 1 or 2 chances, but
He had
besides
an
that, it was
opportunity to feed Ronaldo wide open in
across
the
the box. Yep, I know
yeah.
which one you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't. I really don't think Ronaldo had, going off my memory from last night, he had more than one chance to score yesterday. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
I
see.
don't know. I don't honestly though. I don't love Colombia either. The way they've been playing, I thought they were going to be way more exciting, way more attacking. I think if their plan is to just dig in and play defense, maybe counterattack, I don't think that's going to work against some of these
Yeah.
teams in the later rounds. But I mean, we'll obviously see. But I haven't been overly impressed. I mean, 4 goals in 3 matches isn't overly impressive to me. But that's just me. Then we had DR Congo, Uzbekistan, another awesome story. DR Congo will make it through. This match assured it. They finished with 4 points, making it through. They will play England in their first round match. I don't know. Uzbekistan, another team. I don't know if they should be invited back. No points at all. 2 goals for, 11 goals against. Not much about this. I think DR Congo was in control of this match from start to finish, even though Uzbekistan, they did score early, but then Congo scored right away. It was ruled, I guess it was offside. But then, yeah, I mean, they looked to be in control, even though Uzbekistan did score. And good for them. Another smaller nation that typically doesn't make it through that makes it through, and it's awesome. I love to see that more than I love to see big teams beaten up. So
No, I
that's the
agree. I
fun
got really
fun of the
nothing
World
to say on
Cup.
that. Good for DR Congo.
Yeah. All right. Algeria, Austria last night. This won me some money. I took the over 3.5. This ended up at 3-3. Both of these teams ended up making it through on 4 points. I don't know how. Austria made it through second in their group with 6-4, 6 against. Algeria 5-4, 7 against. They make it through as well. Um, Austria gets the pleasure of playing Spain, and Algeria will play Switzerland.
This game was drama because the way the results kept going back and forth, like some teams were still in the third place, going to make it in third place, and then
Mhm.
Algeria scored, knocked the team out. Then Austria scored. It just went back and forth, and I think it knocked out Iran and somebody else because of the 96-minute goal by Austria. But
Maybe
I think it was Iran. But imagine being one of
it would have
those
knocked
teams.
out Iran. Iran was the
Iran, but
team that had 0 goal differential, and then because Algeria's on negative 2 goal differential. So if they finished on 3 points and negative goal differential, yeah, they would have been out.
imagine being like Iran and be like, oh, 2 minutes left that we're in the World Cup, and then literally one of the last kicks of the game they score and just ruins your dreams. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, that's tough. The last match we had, Argentina 3, Jordan 1. No surprises here whatsoever. No Messi at all. Argentina finished top of the group on 9 points. Anything
He
for you
did
here?
score. He did score.
Did he? He came on
Yeah,
later?
he came on like the 65th minute. He scored a free kick.
No way. Was it good?
I
Fuck.
don't. I really don't think it was good. He did get it around the wall, but it was literally
Oh, he
right to the
finished
keep. It
80th
was right.
minute.
It was right to the. It was right to the keeper, and the keeper tried to guess where the free kick was going before, but he still scored. I think they said he's the first player in World Cup history to score in 7 straight games, which is very impressive.
Listeners, I'm so sorry. I was asleep at that point. I saw 3-1. I saw Messi not start, and I was like, oh, well, they're not going to bring him in later. That would be silly. Well, they did anyway. That's silly, but hey, he balls out every time he fucking plays. God, he's so
They,
fucking good.
they got another bogus PK, by the way.
They did. Yeah, I did see that. I saw the first half. I'm not gonna lie, I did see the first half. I didn't agree
Yeah,
with the PK, but they were beating him up. The free kick from Lo Celso was good. The first goal that they scored.
that was a good free kick. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Jay, anything else you got about the recap of these matches? I know we actually just spent quite some time going through them. We went pretty in depth.
No, I know a lot of games. We just went over.
We did. Yeah. Okay. Well, listeners, thank you for bearing with us through all that. I hope you enjoyed that recap. Now we have our predictions of the knockout stages. We won't go, well, maybe we'll go in depth. But this is only 32 matches. They start today, South Africa versus Canada. Honestly, here, I think this one goes to penalties. I think right away we're treated with a treat. I don't think either of these teams are great. I could see this going into extra time and potentially into penalties.
Who do you have winning?
Fuck it, South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah, South Africa winning.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a closer game than we probably all think here. Again, I don't think a lot of us had. Looks like probably a lot of people in the world probably had South Africa moving on,
Mhm.
but I think Canada gets it done here just because of that home field advantage. I think is an important factor here. Canada's probably first game of them being in the knockout stages of the World Cup, and I think Jesse March's coaching resume here, coaching experience helps them push through here.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see it. Okay. And then they play the winner of Morocco versus the Netherlands. So let's talk about that match as well. Um, just to make that. You want to do it that way?
Are we going all the way to the final, or are we just doing the round of 32?
Just around the 32.
Round 32? Yeah,
Yeah.
just go down. Yeah, who the next game?
Okay. So whoever were to win against South Africa, Canada. Yeah, let's just do the next game then. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Brazil, Japan. I know you're high on Japan, but give me Brazil. I see Brazil coming through, especially after that 3-0 win against Scotland. Not necessarily that all those three goals were great goals, but I think they were so fast and they looked like they wanted to win. They looked like a better team than I had seen them in the past, and I think that makes them scary. If they're starting to click on that team portion of things where they're moving the ball around, they're playing for each other, they're playing for the badge, I think that is going to be scary for the rest of the team in the World Cup because recently it's just been a bunch of individuals playing. They're out there playing for something deeper, I think, this group. So give me Brazil here.
Yeah, I know I'm very high on Japan. Obviously, we know that last podcast in my power rankings, but I think this game is going to be very close. Don't expect a Brazil 3-0 game. I can 100% seeing this a 1 goal game. I can see Brazil getting a late goal from one of their attackers if it's Cunha, whoever it is. But I'm gonna take Brazil here. If I'm Brazil, I wouldn't start Neymar. I don't know if you got to watch the last
No,
game. Neymar did not look good at all.
I don't think he was ever going to be starting.
Yeah, but give me Brazil here. I'm not confident about it. I want to take Japan so bad.
See, I'm so confident about it. I would say I could see Brazil winning 3-0.
You know, I definitely don't think they're going to win 3-0, but I will lean with you and take Brazil here.
Dude, Vinny balls out for his
I
national
know,
team.
I
It's
know.
something I'm
He's
starting
been
to
good for them.
he's been picking up a bit, not almost, yeah. I mean, he plays a bit different with them than with Real Madrid. And maybe it's with Ancelotti there. There's that really good, coach player relationship. But the way he plays with Brazil, especially at this World Cup, has really been impressive. I mean,
Yeah,
he's just looked different. More mature. Love it. Germany, Paraguay is the next one tomorrow. This is at 4:30 EST. This one should be pretty straightforward for Germany. Um, might as well get this win before their next match because they'll probably have to play the winner of France and Sweden. So they'll probably have to play France. So might as well beat up on Paraguay now. I see Germany getting through pretty easily.
no, I agree. Germany, I think even with that last game, that they didn't look very convincing against Ecuador. I think they'll be fine here against a Paraguay team that they should have no problem with.
Yeah, I don't need to go too in depth there. The other match tomorrow is the nightcap. It's Netherlands, Morocco. This is a good one, and they will play the winner of South Africa versus Canada. I mean, Morocco, I think, has been super impressive again this World Cup. I think Netherlands, too, though, has also played very well. I think they play very differently. It's almost like Netherlands wants to play more attacking, Morocco
Yes.
wants to play more defensive. So I think that's going to be interesting. I do see Morocco making it through just because I think mm, I'm not sold on Netherlands attacking that much, really. Like, I think they're older. I don't think they have those. Like, I don't know. I keep saying that they don't have the attacking power anymore, but they still keep doing it. But I don't know. There's something about this Moroccan team. It's very, very strong defensively. And Hakimi is so good coming down that right back side and helping contribute to the offense. Yeah, I mean, give me Morocco here. I think they make it through.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Netherlands here. I just think uh Gakpo has been good for them this tournament. Brian Brobbery has been
He's
really
been
good
really
for them.
good.
I
He's been
think I think
really
he's at
good.
I think he's at 4 goals now in the
That's a
tournament.
guy when we talk about stocks going up and down in the World Cup. That's a guy I think that we,
His is going up, yes.
oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
But I think coming into this round two, like seeing Morocco give up 2 goals to Haiti, which is a little shocking to me as well, because we always talk about how solid their defensive core is. But I think Netherlands, if Netherlands can get the first goal here, I think it's going to open the game up for them, and it's going to be better for them. I think if Morocco scores first, then Morocco is going to sit more. They're going to sit back probably more and play that defensive
One
style
nil,
that
2-0 football.
that
Yeah.
that they're used to playing, and then they'll probably hit them on a counter attack or something like that. But the first goal is huge. But I do think Netherlands comes away here.
Okay. All right. Little difference of opinion. Don't hate it though. I could see it either way.
Yes.
Tuesday brings us to Ivory Coast, Norway. And I think Ivory Coast has been such a great story, but I do foresee a Norway win here. I don't know if it's going to be easy. I could see Ivory Coast definitely. They play very well on the counter. That's a really good counter-attacking team. I could definitely see them scoring a goal or two, but I think that Norway just has a bit more attacking options long run. And again, I really do like Holland, especially after he left the rest of the last game. Um, and then the winner of this match will take on Brazil versus Japan. So not an easy drawing really for either of those four teams, but give me Norway here. I could see it like 3-1, 4-2, 3-2. I don't think it'll be easy for Norway, but I see them coming through.
I was going to say the same thing. I think giving Holland that rest and didn't even play last game at all. He gets that
Mhm.
full 90 minutes off. He'll have
I
fresh
think Odegaard
legs.
rested too.
Odegaard did, yeah. They'll have those fresh legs, even though Holland probably didn't need them. But coming into a fresh slate here against an Ivory Coast team, like you said, you definitely can't take them
No,
lightly.
can't take them lightly at all. I think they've
But
been very good.
I still think Norway with Holland is going to cause them a bunch of problems in the back, and they should win this game here.
They should, but honestly, I do think Norway will win. But if Ivory Coast were to win, I would not be surprised.
I, that makes
I,
sense.
I wouldn't be if you were like, oh, Ivory Coast ended up winning this 2-1. They were able to shut down, neutralize the attack.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Two counterattack goals. Yeah.
That's it.
Um, France, Sweden is the next match. Yeah, I mean, I think I said Sweden was going to flame out early a couple weeks ago, and I think I'm going to stay true to that. I mean, it's a really tough draw, obviously, but Sweden has not been impressive whatsoever. Isak and Jokeres -1 match haven't really been able to figure it out together. So give me France here. Honestly, probably like by 3 or 4 goals. They're really fucking good. I'm
I
sorry for
just
ever doubting them. They're really fucking good, man. I don't know.
again,
They're
they just have too much attacking power here. The
they have too
defense
much of everything.
the defense isn't going to be able to hold Dembele,
They gave up
Olise,
5 against
Dewey.
Netherlands. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, if you gave up 5 against the Netherlands, they could be taken off Mbappe in the 45th minute, like because they're up 4.
or yeah, but we'll see. I think it would be different, like you said. Besides that first game that they came out with that 4-4-2 for Sweden when Isak
Mhm.
and Gyökeres they put five in the back of the net, the whole team. I believe that was the first game, right?
Yeah,
First game, they
5-1,
looked
and we're all like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah, they looked really good, but since then, like you said, the one game Gyökeres didn't look good. The second game, and Isak looked okay, and then the last game they just played, Isak was nowhere to be found. He was awful. Gyökeres was struggling, getting frustrated. But if those two don't put it together, they're going to struggle. And don't get me wrong, Alenga had a good game last game as well, so he's been a very important player for them as well. But if those two don't step up and try to cause problems for that back line of France, I can't see him getting it done here.
You can't play those two up top by themselves if you don't have a playmaker to
Yes.
get them the ball because neither of them are gonna. I mean, they obviously anybody can drop in the midfield. Neither of them are good at that. Like, let's just put it that way. Both of them are more poaching strikers, more get forward, get behind the defenders. They want to get and score. They don't want to drop back, get the ball, feed the other guy. So you need an
Yes.
attacking midfielder. So if you're running out of 4-4-2, that's not really going to work. Um, and then if you're running out 3 at the back, you could give up 5 goals. So do you drop one of them? What do you do? Do you play more narrow? Do you just move? I don't know.
I don't know. I think playing France, yeah, a lot of decisions you got to make.
Yeah, I mean, and you also need to have a lot of things go your way. You're going to need
Yes.
like Mbappe, just all of France off their game, right? Like all of them, but tall task. Mexico, Ecuador play Tuesday night, 9 p.m. EST. I do. Let's just look at who they would play. So Mexico, the winner of this match were to play DR Congo versus England. I think this will be a little bit of a challenge for Mexico. I think it'll be the first real test that they do face. I think it's a solid Ecuador squad. but I think Mexico is running a bit of a hot hand. They're playing at home. They're really hot right now. They have the whole country behind them. Give me Mexico here.
So, no, I definitely see that. Like you said, probably one of the most surprising teams out of the group, not conceding any goals. Obviously, having Mexico City behind you, but I think Mexico isn't going to play a defense. Hasn't played a defense like Ecuador's defense that they're gonna come up with. And I do see this as a really low scoring game. Like
Penalties?
maybe I could go to extra time. Like I can 100% see a 1-0 game, 1-1 game going into PKs. But I think the experience of Ecuador here is going to push them through. So I'm going to go with Ecuador.
Okay. Okay. I could see that too. I think it'll be really close. I could see this one going into penalties. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wednesday, now we start getting nine left. Wednesday, we got England versus the DR Congo. And like I said before, they will play the winner of Mexico, Ecuador. So we'll pretty much know right away. If England doesn't fucking win this match, man, I don't know. I don't know what else there to say about it. England came in as one of the favorites. They should win. I'm interested to see if Tuchel makes any lineup adjustments if he ends up calling up anybody due to the injury with Reece James. He should, but let's see if he ends up doing it. But give me England against DR Congo, and give me like 3-1.
Yeah,
2-1. Maybe not comfortable for England just because DR Congo can hit on the counter, but it should be another match where England has 70, 80% of the ball, have a lot of shots on target, potentially have to go through a low block. Like it's going to be one of those again. It's probably going to be the third match in a row where they have to play against like a low block and try to figure it out.
I think this is a game that I have England winning here, but I think this is a game that England needs to score like 4 or 5 goals and just boost the confidence of a team. Like you said, playing a low block team, probably after this round, they're probably not going to play any other teams that are going to sit in a low block and respect them. They're going to
Yeah.
have more teams that are going to go at them and attack them. But I think this is a game that Tuchel will probably be saying, the players will probably be in the locker room, we need to take care of business, boost the confidence up, build the momentum going forward to get it done.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what has to happen. That's what should happen. Is it going to happen? We don't fucking know because England doesn't play that way. Anyway, 4 p.m. Belgium, Senegal. Give me fucking Senegal here. And honestly, now I'm in a right mood. Give me Senegal by like 3 goals. No,
I'm,
I'm
I'm
kidding. The winner, though, does play USA versus Bosnia Herzegovina. But give me Senegal here. I think Belgium's old and slow. Their last goal scorers are De Bruyne and Lukaku. I think Senegal shows up here. And I think Nico Jackson bags one finally.
yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
go
he
the
does
opposite.
finally.
I'm gonna go the opposite way here. Uh, I'm gonna go
Fuck
with
off.
I'm gonna go with Belgium. I know the older core. I know Senegal definitely has a lot of attacking options, but I think a little bit of that experience here of Belgium's gonna help them push them through against Senegal. And I think with Courtois in goal as well, I think he's gonna come up and make some big saves. Don't be surprised if this game did go to extra time as well.
I
But
got Senegal running routes, like
give
just
give
just out running. I got Nico Jackson balling out. They played so well against France.
That's Nico Jackson can score, boost his stock up as well. But I'm taking Belgium here in like a 2-1 game.
Senegal like 2 or 3 nil.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh, here we go. I'll go with you on this one. USA versus Bosnia Herzegovina, 8 p.m. And we were looking at it before. I mean, the USA, I'll fucking fall on my sword here. They have a route because they play Belgium versus Senegal. If they were to win, I could see them making it to the last eight the way they're playing. I think they've been playing really well. I think Pochettino's a great coach. I've always said he's a very excellent coach. I don't know why he's never given like longer times at the clubs he's been coaching. Um, Give me the USA here and give me them. I could see Bosnia Herzegovina putting up a fight. I think they're physical. I think this could be a lot of fouls. I could definitely. I don't think Bosnia is going to go without a fight. I think they'll score at least a goal here. But give me US here, maybe like 2-1 and something pretty physical, maybe a bit of a nail biter. Your
No, I
thoughts, Jake?
agree. I'm gonna take USA here. I don't think Bosnia is a team that we should just expect to win though, because that's I know a lot of fans are already
It's a solid
talking.
team. No, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because a lot of the fans are already talking about, oh, this team's going to go to the quarterfinals, and it's like I understand Bosnia got third place, but Bosnia again isn't a team to take lightly, and I know I've been saying about that with some teams, but they're going to put up a fight. You have to see how USA comes, even after losing that game to Turkey that didn't mean anything. Does that affect the momentum of the USA, how good they were playing? Just because it was a last minute goal, does it lose some confidence? How are those players on rest coming into this game? So I think there's a lot of factors here.
Mhm.
And I think the first 15 minutes of this game is going to be very important, to be honest, just to get settled down here,
Yeah.
understanding that USA is in a knockout stage game again. But I do think USA should come away with this one. But I don't think it's going to be a game that is going to be like
No, Bosnia's
3-0, 4-1. Like I think I can see a 2-1 game going into the 75th minute, and USA's starts to play a little bit more defensive, and then we got to kind of just hold on and pray nothing bad happens, and then hit them on the counter or something like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Bosnia again, this is the team that knocked out Italy. So they're fighters.
Yes.
They had to come out like they're coming through a not the traditional route, right? They had to come through the playoff route to get here. They knocked out Italy, a historically very good team. Are they better than the US? I don't know. I don't think so. Sorry, Patty Lee. Italy has not looked good in quite some time. But yeah, no, it's going to be a tough team. And I think that's obviously a lot of American neutrals that are like, oh, USA, USA. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I still see them winning, but yeah, no, not comfortably. Thursday, 3 p.m. EST, Spain, Austria. I don't have a lot to say here. I think Spain wins it. I think maybe like 2-0. I don't maybe 3-0. I don't well, yeah, I guess if we're talking 3-0, it's probably a big win, but the next match for them is going to be tougher if they do win against Austria, which I think you probably foresee as well. They'll play the winner of Portugal and Croatia. But give me Spain here.
Yeah, I'm going to take Spain as well. And again, sort of like the England comment I had before, I think this is a game that Spain needs to take advantage of. A team that has
Mhm.
not looked good in my eyes throughout the entire tournament, but an opponent like Austria, who I'm not surprised they got out of the group, but this is a team that Austria I don't think is going to sit back here either. They're not a team that likes to defend. They're a team that likes to attack a little bit more, which I think will cause Spain a little bit of trouble just because Spain is more that possession based team who's fine with the team sitting in a lower block and having the ball. But I do think the talent here and the youth of Spain should take them with a win here.
Yep, I agree. I agree 100%. 7 p.m. Portugal, Croatia. Now, this is a big one. And I know both of us had Portugal winning the whole damn thing, but they have not been playing well. I don't think they lose to Croatia, but I could see this going in an extra time. I think this might not be a comfortable match for Portugal. 1-0, 2-0. Again, their next, they might, maybe they have a little bit of looking ahead. Maybe they look past them a little bit and think, oh, we could beat Croatia easily. They start looking forward to the Spain match already. Um, yeah, give me Portugal in like a nervy one, maybe 1 or 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to take Portugal as well, not confidently, like you just said. Again, I think it depends what Portugal team you're gonna get. I think the youth of Portugal with the midfield of Joe Neves, Bruno Fernandes, and Vitinha versus like a Modric in the middle should be able to dominate just because how much younger they are than how we know Croatia is such an older team.
Hmm.
But if Portugal can't create these chances, they're gonna be in trouble. And all it takes is one or two for Croatia to put in the back of the net, and then they may be sitting back a little bit,
Right.
maybe sitting back. But give me Portugal here, maybe a 2-1 game.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Nervy, nervy stuff. Hey, maybe Pedro Neto is going to get a goal. Womp,
Probably not.
womp, womp, womp. Switzerland, Algeria, 11 p.m. Winner of this match would take on the winner of Colombia versus Ghana. This is a field thing for me. Give me Switzerland just because of Granit Xhaka. But I mean, this match I could see go either way.
Yeah, I'm going to just go because this to me this is a 50-50 game.
Yeah.
I like both teams. I think Switzerland is properly rated as a team. They're not overhyped, they're not underhyped. They get the credit that they are. I think Algeria is one of those teams that's not talked about enough, and they have some decent players that aren't being talked about as much as other teams. Like you said, they still have Mahrez. Obviously, he's still able to put the ball in the back of the net. You still have Bulbini, however, if I said his name right. But I'm going to take Algeria here. Another game I can see going into extra time.
Yeah, I could see it. Like I said, I think it's a 50-50 match. Not
Yes.
sold really either way. I'm just going with Granit Xhaka and bet he's a Chelsea boy now. So let's ride. Friday, last three matches we got Australia, Egypt, 2 p.m. Winner of this match will play Argentina versus Cape Verde. So yeah, the winner gets to win and play
I just want
Argentina.
to lose on purpose.
Yeah. I guess you just want to lose and go home early. Honestly, the way Australia played, I think against the U.S. was very, very interesting. I don't think they played poorly. I like the way they play. They're very like physical, very counter-attacking. Almost had a few chances against the U.S. Egypt too, though, is another team that could, potentially get on the attack. Obviously, with Mohamed Salah. Mm, I don't know. I'm like pretty torn
Another
here.
toss up.
Another toss up. Give me Egypt. Maybe Mo Salah makes something happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Australia here again. To me, it's more of it's more of a toss up. I think Egypt was all right against Iran. I think Australia again didn't look bad against the USA. They got that result against Paraguay. I think Australia maybe coming into the knockouts with a little bit more of a high than Egypt,
Mhm.
even though they both got second in the group. But I'm just gonna take Australia. It's just a gut feeling. No backing up for it.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's kind of why I'm going with Egypt.
Yeah.
6 p.m. We can get through this in 6 seconds. Argentina versus Cape Verde. I think Argentina's going to win. Do you think
Yep.
Cape Verde has a chance? Obviously, they'll
Argentina
have a chance because they put their boots on, but I think Argentina's going to win.
Argentina wins and Cape Verde, as shocking as they've been, you don't have a chance here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Friday, last match of the round of 32, Colombia versus Ghana. And I do have Colombia here as good as I think, at least in my eyes, Ghana has been, and as I guess poor as I kind of think Colombia has been. I don't think they've been overly impressive. I'm going to go with Colombia here to win still. They'll play the winner of Switzerland versus Algeria. But I just think Colombia has too many stars on that team. I think Ghana just they don't have enough attacking power, if that makes sense. I don't think they have enough to knock them out.
No, I agree. I think Colombia has too much of the experience, especially in the knockout stages of the World Cup, since we've known they've been there the recent World Cups. But I think with James, with the experience, you got Luis Diaz, you got Arias. I just think it's going to be a little bit too much for Ghana to handle here. So I'll take Colombia. And Colombia coming off winning the group as well. They have all the momentum, confidence going into here.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Good stuff, Jay. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, so that wraps up our knockout round of 32. We made it through, listeners. Thank you for sitting with us through all that. But Justin, anything you got before we leave our listeners?
No, I think we're getting into the best time of football now. Now we don't get to see any ties anymore. We don't get to see any more draws. We get to
Yeah.
see some extra time, and hopefully we get to see some penalty kicks. Hopefully you're not a fan of the penalty kicks. We know that's the most stressful thing in the world, but I'm just looking forward to the next couple of days of some knockout football.
I agree, absolutely. And listeners, thank you as always. Appreciate all your support if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram, follow the podcast on Spotify, leave us 5-star review, drop any comments, drop anything else you want to hear on the pod. And from all of us over here at the Beyond the Ball podcast, until next time.